Everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a long trade here on crude oil, looking for a long at 43.86, and the targets are going to be split up a little bit. The overall stop is going to be a little bit farther down, but honestly I really don't want to see this low candles broken. We're going to give it a decent sized buffer to start just in case it wants to wick down, right? So 83, we'll go to 73 for right now, but overall that will get tightened up much closer, is just kind of giving it a little bit of time to get away from this area. So we're in long right now, 43.86. Looking for the first target. A couple different clues that we have in terms of where would be a good spot for our target. The first one is we saw an immense amount of bearishness come in here at 8:55, right before the open at 9 o'clock, right? Well, the pit's not there anymore, so faux open, I guess would be a better way to put it. But right before that time there at 44.17 was the peak of that area. So we're going to be looking for our first target to come off right there. The next objective after that, we're looking back up primarily just for a big push higher, right? We rejected this 43.58 area very aggressively, and we had a big push higher. So big push higher, if we do push up from here, we'll be looking at around here at 32, right? That's kind of the objective that we're looking for. So we're going to place our next target right there. Now, because we're trading 3 contracts, we're taking 2 off at that first one and then 1 off at the second bit there. And that's where we're at right now. Now, the overall day, if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that it does look quite bullish, but also a little bit range bound, right? We can see that we started off the morning, at least in the ETH session, when Sunday opened up, got a big push lower, immediately met with a nice push higher, and that was then met with consolidation, right? Got stuck in a little bit of a range. They tried breaking out of the range, and they got a really nice run up, but then collapsed all the way back down to, guess where? Range lows. And that range low was very much respected again. So we're seeing those buyers not done with this push, especially given this last reaction that we had. I mean, look at this big old bull candle. This candle itself is 30 ticks wide, right? So the bulls just don't look like they're done yet. So we're going to follow up along with those bulls. We're going to take our FC trade to the upside here, look for 86 for entry long, which filled without much of a problem at all, and looking at our first target at 17. Now that 17 area, we're looking at taking 31 ticks, and we're taking 2 off there, so it's 62. And then the follow through from that, we're looking for an overall objective up at 32 for 46 more. So if we can get this one hit, 2 off at 31, nice and easy there, 62 plus another 46, 108 ticks possible on the trade if we can get them all filled. So now it's just a matter of seeing how it wants to work out and give it some time to kind of get it out of its system. But we're seeing the buyers really backing this move, especially when they trapped that prior low that we've seen all morning. Came right back to it, trapped it, immediate reaction to the buy side. So we're looking to continue this bullishness back up. A big chunk of resistance at 17 if we can break through that, then up to 32. So we'll give it a little bit of time here and see if we get those targets filled. All right, we're seeing buyers come in. We're testing our target. There, we got it filled. Beautiful. So we got our fill right on that 17 level. Now, because of that, we're going to take our 2 contracts, only 1 left. We're going to lock our stop in. Now, we have an option here. We don't have to put it all the way back to 87, not after this big rip higher. This big rip higher, especially now that we've come so close to our target, tells us that, you know what, we can probably get a little bit tighter than that. So honestly, because this candle came so close, it didn't come that 1 tick that like we like to see, but because it came so close, I don't want to give anything back on this move. Honestly, you could even lock in at 17 if you want to and just say, well, if it comes back, I'll just take another one off at 31, you know, good enough. But in this case, I do want to give it a little bit of room. You don't want to choke the trade out, but ultimately we are looking up really close. We get 30, right? We're looking for 32. We got 30. So we came 2 ticks away. We don't want to give everything back by going just to break even and letting it ride all the way back down on us. At the same time, we don't want to get too tight, understanding that 17 might just come back and get retested because that's an area of support and resistance, right? We've seen that area hold several times. That's where that big drop started. So they could very well come back to 17, bounce around there for a little bit, and then pop right back up to 32. So we don't want to get too tight on it. Stop is at 44.08. If it does end up coming all the way back down and stopping us out, hey, you know what? We still take 22 ticks on that final portion. But we got a big chunk of cash off the table so far, 62 ticks. Just looking for another push up and see if we can get that 44.32. That's kind of the area of interest right now, just for that measured move that we're looking for, right? AB equals CD. We talk about that a lot, where we're looking for them to equal out, and that 32 area is very close. And since they came so close, we want to lock our stop in a little bit tighter. So we got two 2 contracts off at 31, looking for the final one at 46. Again, if we get them all filled, we're looking at 108 total. It's just a matter of seeing if they want to follow through. Looks like the buyers might give it a shot one more time here. They're coming close, and they keep playing with the highs. And that's something really important to pick out. You'll notice they kind of test the high, pull back a little bit. Test the highs, pull back a little bit. It's kind of like they're probing it, right? How many people are up here? How many people are up here? Well, there's a couple. Let's try it again, right? You can just feel them really kind of playing around with these highs. Usually you get that before they give it one more, boom, they slap it one more time, and then they come back down on it, and that's kind of what we're looking for. They're playing around with it, just need to see to get a little bit more follow-through, get that little bit of a spike, and then we can get that 32, and we can call it good on the trade. But so far, so good. Stops in place at 44.08. Just looking for one more push. There it is right there. So that's that little pop that we were talking about. Got our target filled at 32. Cancel the stop right there. Beautiful move up. It's exactly what we were looking for, and we could tell, right? They were giving that little probe, that kind of poking it, right? You take that toothpick and you put it in the cake. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? They're doing the same thing here, right? They're looking at the highs. They're putting that toothpick in. Not quite. Not quite, right? Oh, there it is. Now it's done. We're going to hit those highs. Now they got that 32. We're all in, all out, all taken care of, right? 108 ticks off the table, 108 ticks in our pockets. It's exactly where we like to keep it. So 1,080 on the trade, and that's going to do it for us. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.